We're going to start with the man who yesterday lifted the Premier League trophy as captain of Manchester City, Ilkay Gundogan, whose future is up in the air. It's a strange situation. When he's just lifted the trophy, you'd think City would want to keep him, especially with the way he's playing, David.
They may want to keep him, Rebecca, but his contract is up in a few weeks' time, next month, 30th of June, and he stands to potentially become one of the best free agents there has ever been. Now, there's been no offer yet from Manchester City as far as we know, but consensus through reports suggests they're prepared to offer him a one-year extension, which is in keeping with their policy for players aged over the age of 30, which you've seen in the past with Fernandinho. But the longer this goes on, the increasing likelihood you suspected is that he may well leave. Now, he was heavily linked for many weeks with a move to Barcelona, some suggestions that it was done. Well, as far as I know, there's no agreement with them or anybody else, and there are a lot of strong options. And I think as this season has bubbled towards a close, his contract too, and also the performance levels that we've been seeing are absolutely ridiculous from him, that Manchester City will naturally be reconsidering it and see if they can make an exception. So I do suspect efforts will be made to renew him in these coming days, weeks ahead, but it's a precarious position for Manchester City. He is happy, as far as we know, in England at City, but they will have competition. It was reported in Germany last week that Arsenal are keen to sign him. And I can confirm that that interest is concrete. It's being driven by Mikel Arteta, who, of course, worked with Gundogan at Manchester City. And I think if Granit Xhaka leaves, then Arteta sees Gundogan as the perfect replacement. A really high-quality number 8, experienced at 32 years old. He's a bit older than Xhaka, but he's in the form of his life. And that makes a really interesting proposition. If he is to leave, then City will have to think of contingency plans. They've been heavily linked with Mateo Kovacic, who's got a year to go on his deal at contract. At Chelsea, they wanted Jude Bellingham, but it's pretty clear that he wants to go to Real Madrid. So this promises to be a really fascinating period for City, and in particular, the man wearing the armband.
Well, if Arsenal do get Ilkay Gundogan, then at least, like you say, it'll be on a free transfer, or he's at the end of his contract, so he won't cost them any. So they can save their pennies for somebody else, David. Am I right?
It is indeed going to be a busy summer at the Emirates Stadium. You've seen Mikel Arteta in recent days talk about the need to absolutely nail, his words, not mine, the summer transfer window. Midfield is the key area. We've mentioned Gundogan there, but Declan Rice, he is the apple of their eye. It's been well documented that they would like to sign him this summer. They actually went for him, Rebecca, in the January window. I don't think a deal was feasible for Arsenal on that occasion. And that's when they shifted to Moises Caicedo. They pushed hard for him. It didn't happen on that occasion. It doesn't surprise me that they've come back to Rice, and he is really the focus of their attention now. He's under contract at West Ham for one more year. His performances towards the end of this season have been astonishing. They've got an option to extend that by an extra 12 months. I think West Ham would trade if the price was right, but that's a big if. Arsenal look to be in a strong position. As far as I know, they've got good relations with West Ham, but the numbers are going to be high with club to club in terms of that part of the conversation, and also with the player as well. And the longer Arsenal leave it, the greater the chance that competition could arise. The likes of Chelsea, of course, have been linked where he started his career. Manchester United in the past too, although it's complicated by their ownership situation at the moment. Manchester City may be watching it because of what we've discussed before. Bayern Munich have been linked too. But Arsenal are seemingly moving quite quickly, not only on him, but they want to sign Mason Mount as well. His good friend and England teammate, he's got a year to go on his contract at Chelsea. The competition will be more fierce for him, with Chelsea wanting to renew him. It's starting to look a bit remote. Manchester United, Liverpool, and who else was in as well? Manchester City, Liverpool. And also Arsenal, no, they've come a bit late to that party. They've got other work to do as well in terms of they want to bolster in defence. What's going to happen at left back with Kieran Tierney? They need strength at right back. They're trying to make a last-ditch attempt to renew a really good young player, Ethan Nwaneri, who is being eyed by some of those big clubs as well. They've got contract situations to resolve. Keep an eye on news on Bukayo Saka. I think that one is coming close to a conclusion and a public announcement. They want to try and renew William Saliba too. There's been no agreement there so far. So I can't even keep up with it, Rebecca, but there are busy times at the Emirates Stadium and they're focusing on Declan Rice.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host for NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. For even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock and be sure to tune in for Premier League mornings every weekend on USA Network and on Peacock. We will see you over there.